What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Let's Have a Conversation. Today is going to be a little, I'm just catching up because I've been falling short. I just started the channel, but I've been moving as I put in one of my videos, and it's crazy moving. This house is 9 years of stuff that's built up, so we have a lot of stuff to get rid of. So my title was My Ex and I Were Cheating on each other with the same person. And the way I found out was crazy. So here's what happened. My ex and I had been together, we met together, we had been together for like a year and a half, and we moved in together into a very new development. We were the first one to live in our townhome development. And I'm an introvert, so I stayed in the house all the time. But he would leave and he would go walk out or whatever, meet people all around the neighborhood. He was just meeting people left and right. And he'll come back and be like, oh, I met this person, that person. So one day he came and he said, I think we have another one of us. That's what we would say. We would say another one of us in the next development over. I said, why you say that? He said, because I can tell by the way he look at people and his mannerism. I said, oh, cool. This was like in November. So then the next summer, we had been there like 6, 7 months by this time. I never forget, I was walking down the street. What are you doing? Stop biting on that. It's one of my cats biting on something. Anyways, I was walking down the street and I saw this guy and I was like, and he looked at me. I said, this must be the guy that my partner was talking about. So I go down there, and my cousin was down there. She said, "So like, Corey, come here. I want to introduce you to somebody." So I walked over there, and she was like, let's just call him. This is Henry. This is Henry. I want to introduce you. I said, what's going on? Well, Henry said, what's going on? And we started talking or whatever. And then I could tell Henry was a little bit interested, right? And at the time, me and my partner at that time, we was kind of going through something. That's hence why I was walking down the street with my cousin. Like I said, I'm an introvert. So I go down and he started talking to me or whatever. And we talked for a while and I was like, he's kind of nice. It was a change from what I've been going through. So we started talking or whatever. Mind you, from where my partner and I live, you could see his development from one of our back bedroom windows. So I started going down there, seeing him a little bit more frequently. First, it was a secret, and then my partner and I, we decided we're gonna break up. But it was one of them breakups to whereas we couldn't move nowhere else, so we broke up living in the same house. So then I would leave and go down there and sit at this guy's house. And, we did whatever. And then I would come back home. So I did that for a while. He was like, be like, I can't believe you effing gonna cheat on me right in front of my face like that. I was like, well, we're not together. He was like, but we still live together. I think it's wrong. So in my mind, I was young, still in my 20s, and I was just going down there. We would literally go out to dinner and ride past my partner, ride past him as he's like walking somewhere, and at the time I just didn't see it as being wrong. Well, this went on for a whole summer, and mind you, we're still living together. And to be honest, we're still living together, and we were still sleeping in the same bed. Me and my ex, and we're supposed to be broken up. So to put it bluntly, I was messing with the dude, and I was messing with my ex. So reality kicked in about that August. And I said, I can't keep doing this because it was affecting our relationship, and it kind of made it hard to live in the house because, I was doing all that stuff. And it just wasn't right. So I had stopped answering dude's call. He tried to call me all day. I wouldn't answer, wouldn't answer. So he came up to the house and knocked on the door. When I tell you, I was like, don't answer. He mad because I'm not answering the phone. And then he was like, I'm going to go answer it because I'm going to let him have it. So he answered the door and the dude came in. And he came in. We had a two-story, so I was coming down the stairs. He was like, he had a box because what happened was he had bought me a bunch of stuff that was out of his house. So he had this box of all the stuff he bought me and just brought it to me and gave it to me. He's like, here's your shit. I was like, thank you. And he was like, give me back my phone because by this time he had bought me a cell phone. And at the time I was like, oh, he bought me a phone. But now I realized later on that that was his way of keeping in touch with who and whoever I was talking to. Because I found out that he could see who I was calling and he would call the people and see who they were. But I found that out later. So anyways, we're talking and me, it was me, him, and my boyfriend at the time. And he said, well, shit, why don't we just have a threesome? And my boyfriend was like, yeah, we might as well have a threesome since you're sleeping with both of us. So we ended up having a threesome. It wasn't bad. It went smooth. I mean, equal time, equal, everybody equal. That was during the day. But later on that night, we decided we were going to do another one. And this time we were drinking. It got, it was started off good. We did whatever we were doing. But then I decided to go downstairs and left them two upstairs. So I go back upstairs. My boyfriend sucking the hell out of this dude's dick. And for some reason, that pissed me the hell off. Right? Because I was like, we can do the threesome, but as long as all three of us are together. So that pissed me off. And so when because I got pissed off, I flew off the handle, and I was like, we ain't doing this no more. Stop. This was supposed to be a threesome, not y'all two to go off to yourself and start messing with each other. I was pissed. Anyways, a lot of stuff happened. I ended up going to jail that night because back then I didn't know how to handle my anger. So as soon as I get mad, I would just start fighting. And that's who I was. I was that type of person. So I ended up going to jail for overnight. This on a Saturday. So the next morning, I get out of jail. My boyfriend wasn't there. He went to church. So then I walked down to the dude's house to see exactly what all went on because after I left, he was like, nothing, blah, blah, blah. Went home and people were talking, blah, 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 blah. This is in August. So November comes. Oh, mind you, like I said, I went to jail, so I had to go to court in November. I went to court, but I got it continued. So then I go to court in February, so they gave me a week in jail. No, they gave me 30 days in jail. So I go to jail for 30 days, and I come back. My boyfriend had moved in, his cousins, and all these people when I come back, right? So now I'm pissed. So I know this story's all over the place, but so what happened was they were all living with us. It was like they had nowhere to go. So I was like, well, it was a time when we didn't have nowhere to go, and somebody in his family members let us live with him. So I said, okay, they can stay with us. But one day, him and his cousins had gotten in an argument, right? And one of his cousins threatened to tell me something. And I was like, I wonder what that is. But she never said it. Because he got mad. He was like, you better not. He was just mad at her, right? So I'm trying to remember how it came out. Oh, I know what happened. So something happened where it was another argument. Him and his cousin got into it again. So she runs to me. I wasn't home, but I was on my way home, and she met me outside. And she said his name. She was like, such and such. The whole time you was in jail, he was messing with such and such, right? Mind you, such and such and I was still messing with each other. I know the story sounds confused. When I got out of jail, I continued to mess with the guy I was cheating on him with, but I was still living with him. But what I didn't know was he was cheating with the same guy. So the only one who didn't know was me. When I went to jail, they started a relationship while I was in jail. So when I got out, I continued to talk to him. All right. I had to stop because I don't like people all up in my business. But anyways, when I got out of jail from after spending 30 days, they had started a relationship themselves, right? So when I got out of jail, he was happy to see me because he'd been gone and things were good. Um, I, oh, you know what? Boy, this is, let me sit down for this. What happened was, when I was in jail, I met this dude who I've always heard of, but I didn't know him. They put me in cell with this dude who also was gay. I had heard of him, but he had never heard of me. So we were in there, right? And we were talking, and I was naming some people. He was like, oh, I used to mess with him. I was like, oh, so you get down, right? He was like, yeah. You? I was like, yeah. So while we was in the same cell, of course, you know, we did what the whole time I was in there, it was like I didn't miss lack for nothing. Let's just say that the whole time I was in for those 30 days, right? So when I got out, I'm gonna be honest. He was like, "Did you mess with somebody while you was in jail?" And I was truthful. I was like, "Yeah," because they put me in a cell with such and such, which he knew who he was because they used to mess with each other when he was younger. So he was pissed when he found you effing mess with him. You mess with him. Well, I got something better for you. The whole time you was in jail, I was effing with, and he said his name. And I was like, God damn. Me and my boyfriend was cheating on each other with the same guy. Where did that happen at? So I asked him all these questions. I said, how did it happen? Because what happened was, there's so many pieces to this story, but around Christmas time before I went to jail, the guy that I was messing with, the one we had a threesome with, had sent us an invite. He said, why don't we have a gay Christmas? Which means a bunch of gay people have get together for Christmas. It was like, yeah. So we did, and that was nice. It was good. But I noticed when we were sitting at the table, him and my boyfriend, You know how you notice something, but you're like, well, maybe I'm noticing something because I'm guilty because I knew I was messing with them too. But they kept looking at each other anyway, and I just, I took a mental note of it, but I didn't think about it. So that February when I got out of jail, and he found out what I did in jail, that's when he told me, well, I got something to tell you. This is how he said it. Something to tell you. You thought you was cheating on such and such, but I was cheating on him too. So me and you was cheating on this, each other with the same person. I was like, I know you effing lying. So what we did was, after I calmed down, I said, okay, what I want you to do is call him and pretend like I'm not here and tell him to come over because I'm gone somewhere so y'all can mess around. So that's what he did. He called him because this dude was horny. I don't know what. So he called him over there. And mind you, I was there. I was on the phone with him when he called. I didn't say nothing. And he said that I wasn't there to come over. So anyways, he took a while coming and finally he came, right? So when he came, he was talking to him in the living room. And then the way our house was set up, I came out the kitchen. I was like, so you was messing with him too? He was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all trying to set me up? I was like, no, but you the one trying to mess with me and him and think that we was going to get together and find out that he wasn't going to tell me. He said, well, I got one even better for you. When I was messing with you, I was seeing you out the front door and I was bringing another dude in the back door. And he was starting to get Billy Badass then. I'm telling you, this gay lifestyle back then was a mess for me. I was caught up in all these triangles. But once I saw the hurt, once you see a hurt in someone's eyes, once cheating on them, I made that decision that I would never cheat on anyone else because I would never want to see that hurt in their eyes again. Um, and from that day on, I've never cheated. I'm in the relationship I'm in now, 15 years, going on 16 years. Aside from when we first got together, I have never cheated on him in 15 years. And I'm proud to say that because before this relationship, I was a serial cheater. I would cheat. Within that relationship, I cheated at least 6, 7 times because I could, really. And I knew that he was so in love with me that I could do it. But it's not until you see the hurt. Once you see the hurt in their eyes, it does something to you. And once I saw that hurt, I made that decision that day. I will never cheat on nobody else. Before I cheat on you, I'll just walk away. And I told this to my partner now. I said, I'll make a promise to you. Before I cheat on you, I'm going to walk away. And I ask that you do the same. And that's what we've done. But anyways, that's just another story time. And I know I was all over the place with that story. I was all over the place with that story. But the moral of the story is me and my boyfriend were cheating on the same, we were cheating on each other with the same guy. And I was the only one to look a fool because I'm thinking I'm the only one cheating with him. And my boyfriend was cheating with him too. And it made sense because it was a situation. The person I was cheating on always wore this particular cologne. It smelled good, but he wore this particular cologne. And how I got found out that I was cheating initially was when I came home from cheating. My boyfriend was like, come here a second. He said he could come up and he sniffed on me. He said, you've been fucking cheating. I said, why you say that? He said, you smell like fucking, and he said his name. I was like, God damn, I'm caught. And I never thought, I said, God damn, I was a sloppy cheater. I didn't even think about that kind of stuff. But after that, I did. Because I was like, he was like, you've been cheating. He was like, you smell just like such and such. And I was like, no, I don't. He was like, you smell just like him. In which I did. I didn't realize it because I didn't think about that kind of stuff. But those are things you do when you're young, and I would never do it again. But like I said before, this story is all over the place. It's so much that happened within that time. I have so many stories. But anyways, that's another episode of Story Time of Let's Have a Conversation. I'll see y'all next time. I'll be doing all kinds of videos between packing and getting ready to move. I'm just gonna put videos out. You look at it, you look at it, you don't, you don't. If not, I can just entertain myself. But anyways, y'all have a nice weekend. I'll see y'all again soon. That's it for Let's Have a Conversation. And if at least can y'all put like, at least like it, whether you look at it or not, just like it. Subscribe. I'm trying to get some subscribers. Like and subscribe to Let's Have a Conversation. Tell somebody about it. I know you know somebody that's been in a situation where they done cheated on somebody, or you don't you know somebody that's been cheating on each other with the same person in the gay lifestyle. I know y'all know somebody. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.